We are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, people all around the world. This is the weekly beer and video review show. I'm your host, Travel Man Dan, and we have an amazing show. I'm so excited to see you guys here, not only today, but if you're a new viewer, thank you so much for popping up. Who do we got in the room already? I see Jens is in the room. Drunatic's in the room. All right, Wonder Strudel's in the room. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, I got an amazing show. We have some fun stuff to go ahead and talk about. I got some delicious beers to drink and review. We're going to be going ahead and having some awesome video discussion. And then I cannot wait to bring back my boy Nate and Eat It or Not. It is going to be an exciting show. So sit back, relax, get ready. If you're new to the show, please enjoy it all the way through. Go ahead and comment. I'd love to go ahead and respond to you if you can. If you're a welcoming member, if you're part of the O25, if you're here all the time, thank you so much for showing up again. Let's get started right with the show. We already have 6 people in the room. We are live on Facebook. And hey, Greg Z is in the house and on Facebook. So go ahead, be sure to go ahead and smash that like. Is that what they say? Yeah, smash the like or hit the like. And just let me know in the comments where you're calling in from and where you're watching it from. So welcome, everyone. I don't want to say much more. I want to get right into the show, and let's get started. Today's beer is going to be fun. Today is going to be a lot of good time. There may be only a few members that remember this one. Okay, let's get this thing going. All right. There may be only a few members that remember me actually reviewing this. I believe this is one of the very first beers that I reviewed on the show way before we got rolling. And I think the only ones that were watching at that point were Greg Z, Barrow, and Tenacious Freak. So thank you so much. All right, what up, nuts? Okay, Nate Drunatic and Chris Duncan, welcome. Beautiful Kenmore, New York. That's right, just a kid from Kenmore right here. Chris is from my hometown. We play Little League Baseball. And I see Nate Messick has already popped up, and he's ready for the show. Eat it or not, eat it or not. All right. So, as I was saying before, we did this one before. This is a long time ago. We tried this one, so I wanted to bring it back, run it through its new scoring system. Guys, let me introduce to you today from Lagunitas, Lagunitas Brewing, Little Something Something Ale. That's right. Check it out. Okay, this is the 22-ounce can, Little Something Something. There she is, the little bitty right there. Check out that smile. It's a bit of a Joker smile, actually. This is Lagunitas, Little Something Something Ale, Little Something Something Ale. All right, we have Aquanuts in the house. Welcome, welcome. So this is a fun one. It's a way smooth and silky IPA. You know I like way smooth. You know I like silky IPAs. And now the thing I like about this a lot is it's 7.5%. So we're probably going to get busted up at the end of the show. Let's go ahead and crack it. It is in a can. It does come in a bottle. And ooh, that smells like an IPA. Holy moly. Wow, that is strong. It's really fragrant. And let's go ahead and dump it into the beer glass. Oh, baby. This is the type of IPA I really like. It's got a nice color to it. Really strong aroma flourishing off of that can. Look at that. That is a delicious beer. Well carbonated, as we can see. All right, now that's the way you do it. Lagunitas. Look at that. That is a beautiful beer right there. I am so excited for this beer. It's been a long time. As I said, we had it on the show before. What's up, Greg? What's up, Kelvin? Welcome to the show. Okay. Hi, Drunatic. Hard to see the qualities. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not sure why. Are you guys having a hard time? We're working through it, Drew. All right. Guys, can you see me? Okay. Drunatic picture quality, not top good here. That's not good. I'm not sure. I'm running pretty much all good. Yes, quality really low for me as well. I'm not sure what's going on with that. It should be fine. I'm seeing on my end everything looks good. I'm not really sure, guys. Let's see if it sticks this way. Maybe it'll pop back in. Hey, we have Barrow. Welcome to the show, Barrow. We are drinking Lagunitas, Little Something Something now. Okay, so it's a smooth and silky IPA. Let's go ahead for the first sip on a Sunday morning. All right, cheers, everybody. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Yes. Whoa. Doug, what's up, man? Welcome. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. I have no idea. I have no idea what is going on with the picture quality. I'm running pretty smooth over here and pretty clean. Let's just see if maybe there's some type of lag with the internet. Welcome, Doug. Everyone, guys, welcome my friend Doug to the party, to the show. Doug is also a diehard Buffalo Bills fan. Hey, Doug, I wish we had a game every week, man. No, yeah, it's pretty smooth over here. I don't know why it isn't. Well, anyway, let's see if it clears up a little bit. Let's see if it gets any better. But in the meantime, I took a first sip of this little something something out from Lagunitas, and it is delicious. All right. One thing I really like about it, I said before, is it's 7.5%. So, yeah. Yes, Doug, we got to get you on the show. I'm looking to get some more internet. Hold on, guys. How are you? Oh, we're back with it. Okay. We're back. I'm having some tough time with the streaming over here. Sorry, it's happy Passover if you're Jewish and Israeli. Happy Palm Sunday if you are a Catholic. You're in and out, TMD. That's terrible. I'm not. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. I got full internet here that shows on my end. But yeah, we're gonna just keep rolling on. I want to talk about the video that came out last week on my channel first. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. It's up there. It's Travel Man Dan. I bring the golden globe. I bring the globe back out, and the magic globe, not the golden globe. I haven't got one of those yet. The magic globe is really fun because as I start to go ahead and get out back in public, I'm going to start making videos of hiking areas in and around Los Angeles. I'm going to go. Did anyone try haggis this week? Nate says, did anyone try haggis? And no, we did not, Nate. You were the only one that ate haggis in a can. But yeah, it was a fun, exciting place that I always go and train probably once every 2 weeks, north of Malibu, along the side of the PCH, which is absolutely beautiful. If you've never seen it, it's a stunning view of the Pacific Ocean. And then you have a giant sand hill, and you can see it all in the video where I go ahead and hike. And you know, one of the things is it may not be the most exciting travel, but it may add some type of value to if you're living in Los Angeles and you want to go ahead and start getting out and getting in shape and getting some exercise and breathing and climbing mountains and taking in the beautiful sunset. This is really, really fun. And, if we're having terrible internet problems, what can I say? I'm trying to turn off all my Wi-Fi here at the house. So I'm not really sure why we're having any issues, but we'll continue on. Hopefully it'll get better. And no, I did, Lark. Yes, you did. So yeah, if you haven't seen that video, be sure to check it out. It's on the channel right now. And if you're ever visiting Los Angeles and you feel like you have that that travel lag where you're just like, oh, I've just been eating poor and doing nothing for a week, whatever, maybe you want to go check out the Sandhills. So yeah, check that out if you get a chance. It's up there now. It's a really fun thing. And Doug, I know you live here in LA. If you ever want to go and exercise, man, let's do it. Let's definitely do it. We'll get the crew together. We'll get Brett. We'll get Max, and we'll go hiking the sand dunes. Hey guys, if you're just hopping on, we're drinking Lagunitas, a little something something Al. This is delicious. I love this beer. And right away, the first sip is exactly what it says: way smooth and silky IPA. Really enjoying it. Oh, that's so good. That has got that. One thing I really like about IPA is the fragrance, hoppy taste. I like that. Okay, some people are turned off on it. Some people think that's disgusting, but for me, that's the part that I like about the IPA is that really hoppy, piney taste, and this little something Al really nails it. And really looking forward to drinking more of this. As I said before, it's a 7.5. Like most IPAs, it's pretty strong. Anyway, moving on. Hope you guys are staying safe out there with COVID-19. Tomorrow, I'm going to roll up the sleeve, okay? I'm getting it done. I'm getting the vaccine tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited about it. I know everyone has their own personal opinion, and I completely respect that. But for me, for my situation, I want to go ahead and start being around more people. I work in an essential business here in California, and going around on movie sets and stuff like that. I think it's probably eventually going to be mandatory to be vaccinated. I don't know if they can do that, but I could definitely see that being the case, and also traveling to other countries. So I'm going to go ahead and roll this sucker up, okay? And I'm going ahead and getting the vaccine tomorrow. I'm excited. So stay tuned for next week. I'll let you know how I feel. If I'm not going to go ahead and post my card on Facebook or anything. I'll just let you know right now that I am getting it. Hey, Calvin, gentlemen, a little bit busy making some lunch and just listening. That's what I love to hear. Thank you so much for listening. Okay, do you know which vaccine? I mean, yes, I'm getting the Moderna. Okay, which is kind of cool. I mean, I guess because I know a lot of people that already had it. They said that they finally feel fine, whatever. I don't know. They didn't have any issues. They only missed it. Hello, Danny. Hi, everyone. No problem. You're here. All right. Freak is in the house. Welcome. I was just letting everyone know I'm going to get vaccinated tomorrow. So if next week you see an extra finger, maybe a third eye or something, well, I would suggest then that you probably don't get the Moderna vaccine. All right, but everyone's different. Hopefully, I'll be running smooth. I already have my second appointment before I go out to Las Vegas on the 26th. So I'm really looking forward to it because, I know other people are really against it. Other people are really for it. For me personally, it was just a personal decision for what I want to do in my life in terms of travel and movies and being around people and the situation that I live in. It made the most sense to go ahead and get it as fast as I could. So, hey, let's go ahead. If all these people got it, at childhood, I think we're cranked with vaccines, so we'll see what happens. All right, good luck. Thank you so much. Please cross your fingers, cross your toes, all that. I'll be fine. Also, here in Los Angeles, I think nationwide, if you have a Krispy Kreme, if you go ahead and show your vaccination card, instead of posting it on Facebook or Instagram, go to Krispy Kreme. They'll give you a free donut. Hell yeah. All right. And if you haven't seen my video on Krispy Kreme, I'll go ahead and throw that up there right now. You should check it out, man. They make awesome donuts. Really good stuff. Yeah, so anyway, I wish I was eating donuts with you, Doug, and drinking beer and watching football right now, but we'll have to wait a little bit for that. Moving on, guys, have you seen the ship liner stuck in the Suez Canal? Wow, I would hate to be the captain of that ship. That thing is really stuck pretty good, and the Suez Canal controls a lot of product going through that river and that canal to go to different places to dock and port, and then throughout that region, obviously, then transportation will take over on the ground. But if that thing is blocked, you're seeing all the implications of it. And I heard that even now, gas prices are going to be going up because oil won't be able to get through the canal, which eventually won't be able to get to the United States and transport it. I'm not really sure, but it's crazy in this day and age that you would see a gigantic ocean liner boat like that being able to clog such a mainstream pipeline to our business. And worldwide, this is a worldwide situation. And I would, like I said before, would definitely hate to be the captain on that ship. All right, that is how you get people with free donuts. Americans. How you doing, Wonder Strudel? Good to see you. Yeah, I do 180 OM on a super container. Oh, wow. Okay, 180 OM. What is an OM, Jens? Try and do 180 OM on a super container. I don't know what an OM is, but if you could let me know, I'd love to hear what an OM is. Hey, all right, let's see what we got. Did you guys see the little digger? They have digger? Yes, I did. It's going to take a while. We'll see what happens, but I'm all for everyone getting safely out of there and getting things back to normal, and businesses won't be affected too much. We'll see what happens with that. Stay tuned to it. Little digger. All right, little digger. All right, moving on. Unfortunately, we did have some sad news yesterday, and OM is on for English. Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry. All right. We did have some unfortunate news. Beverly Cleary, the children's author, passed away yesterday at 104 years old. If you don't know who she is, obviously, part of my channel is reading Man Dan before when I was here for the Reed's books, and Beverly Cleary was on par, if not before Dr. Seuss, and she wrote like 43 children's books. Okay, thank you, Nate, appreciate it. 43, so just one shy of what Dr. Seuss did, but they were longer novels about her life experiences, which she wrote about with characters. Some of her famous books were Henry Huggins, Mouse and the Motorcycle, the stories of Ramona Quigley. So if you grew up in the United States at any point, you probably have read some of her books. So rest in peace. She was 104. She lived a wonderful life. She inspired so many people to read and grow our reading illiteracy program here in the United States, which, you know, a lot of people don't know about that. Like, I'm not joking with reading Man Dan. I think that's really important. And, you know, as an actor, I think it's one thing that you should be doing all the time, that you don't need an agent. You don't need a producer. You don't need to be on set. You don't need all these things going on for you that you think you do in Hollywood. What you need to become is very good at the fundamentals, the foundation of acting, and that's reading. So reading a script, being able to analyze it, these things, yeah, it's quite a journey. I got to agree with you. These things are critical, not only for everybody, but just basically, mainly my perspective as an actor, I'm really a big, strong supporter of reading. So rest in peace, Beverly Cleary. And I'm not sure if you really drink ale or beer, but cheers to you and all the great contributions you made to the United States and to the world. All right. If you haven't checked her out, just go ahead and do a Google search of her and find out her life story. She was born in, let's see, 104. Wow, that would have been 1916. Wow. All right. Cheers, guys. This is what we're drinking. If you're just hopping on, it is Lagunitas, a little something, something now. All right. I like these Hollywood stories. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, Jens. Yeah. Cheers. All right. They're awesome, Jens. Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty fun. You know, it's I got a lot of stories like that with me and movies and stuff like that. Cheers, guys. What I eventually want to start doing is, like I said before, bringing guests on the show, and we're going to start to bring people on there. I would love to bring some of my Hollywood friends on this, whether they are casting directors, other actors, producers, people that really are plugged into the business, and then you can hear their perspective, not only from my words, but from their words. It's really fun to see, and you know, give you an insight perspective, and that kind of twists the turn of Movie Man Dan. So hopefully stay tuned for that. I'll try to bring somebody in from around there. Can you bring Jeremy Renner? Yeah, I'll bring him in for Eat It or Not. If you guys know who Jeremy Renner is, you'd be surprised. Yeah, it's really funny because he looks exactly like Nate. Who is the guest today? We're still going to go with Nate. We don't have a guest yet. I put some feelers out there. Nobody answered. So hang tight. We're going to be really working and tweaking this thing out. And I promise you, by mid-April, we're going to have a guest each and every week from around the world, from a different job perspective, a different perspective in life. Someone that does something different is going to be able to contribute to this show, and it's going to be a lot of fun. How about yourself, Tenacious Freak? Would you like to be on the show and represent Denmark? We'd love to have you. All right. Moving on. If you want to be on it, go ahead and instant message me on either Facebook or Instagram, or just if you have my phone number, you can go ahead and just privately text message me. I'm very accessible, and I would love to have anybody. Yeah, you should be on there. You'd be a great guest, Freak. All right, moving on. You guys might be excited about this. You might not be, but Popeyes, the famous Louisiana chicken, okay, is coming to the UK. All right. I support Tenacious Freak. Yes, I do too. Wonder Strudel. I would love to have somebody from Denmark on the show. But hey, I'm so excited for you guys in the UK because Popeye's chicken is coming to the UK. We don't know where, we don't know when, but they're in the works, and they said by mid-summer, and they're not releasing where they're going to be, but they are going there. Happy Holly. Yes, Barrow. Happy Holly to you. Beautiful. Ash is here from London. Welcome, Ash. Well, you're going to have a Popeye's chicken coming to hopefully London, where you're at, and I hope you get a chance to go ahead and try out their chicken sandwich. That should be funny. Happy Holi, everyone! Happy Holi to Baro. If you guys don't know this, this is an awesome Indian festival where it's really colorful. Baro, give us a little bit of insight of what goes on during Holi. I would love some Popeye's chicken. Now Popeye's chicken has a fried flounder too. Okay, the Festival of Colors would be a great TMD. Yeah, you know what? Baro, that would be really cool if I could be in India next year or the following year for Holi. I'll try to make that happen, bud. I really will, man. I would love to be there. Happy Holi sounds colorful. Yeah, it's a beautiful. If you ever seen Holi pictures and stuff like that, yeah, Happy Holi, Baro. Welcome. So yeah, maybe Travel Man Dan. I'll try to go next year if I can. I'm not sure how it will work with schedule, and I have some other places I want to visit, but maybe the following year. So I guess 2023, we'll try to make it out there for the Holi Festival. That would be so cool. And yeah, you could do it either not in India. That would be awesome. All right, guys. Now I do have something to bring you guys that, well, I don't know if you guys checked out the UFC yesterday, but we have a new heavyweight champion, Francis Ngannou from Cameroon. If you guys haven't seen this guy, he's just coming. I think he's in the latest Fast and the Furious, but I mean, he's about 6'4", 250 pounds, 3% body fat. He looks the part. I mean, he looks like a monster. He is jacked as ever, ripped, and he tried to get the heavyweight championship a few years ago against Stipe Miocic, but he lost, and yesterday he got his revenge, and he's our new heavyweight champion of the UFC. If you haven't seen it, he looks the part. He has bombs. I mean, he hits people like last night was the first time he's fought in 5 fights outside the first round, because when he hits people, they just go to sleep. I mean, it's that scary. So if you haven't seen what this man is capable of, he did it. He put it on display. So sad the quality's low. I'm not a fan of the program you use. Aw, I know. I'm so sorry. So sorry about that, guys. Bombed on him. Yeah, it sucks because Stipe Miocic is probably the greatest heavyweight of all time. Like, he successfully held the belt longer and defended it more than anybody. So what is his name again? Francis Ngannou. He just type in UFC heavyweight. You'll be sure to see him. He's a very bad dude. So that's that. This Thursday, opening day for baseball. Yes. All right, so the Yankees will be playing the Toronto Blue Jays. It'll be on at 1 Eastern time, so we'll get it fixed, Drew. Yeah, that definitely. The Yankees will be playing Toronto, and I'm not sure the Dodgers are playing the Rockies. Who's your favorite baseball team? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm really excited about this year because we're going to have a full season. Hopefully we won't have too much COVID incidents. I think baseball does a really good job with it. They did an excellent job last year. Under the circumstances. Hopefully they've made some corrections off of other leagues and what they've seen, and we'll be able to have a full season. And I'm just really excited for the Yankees this year because, you know, if we could put this together, if we built this roster, we got these amazing players, if we can just put this thing together, it's gonna go late into October, and hopefully in November we'll be crowned champions. So we'll see. Nate is a Phillies fan. I am not. We're gonna move on for that. The stream is about the same as before for me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So it's probably just a lot of internet stream going through my home right now. So, or my area. I'm not really sure. Just hang tight. It'll get better. It goes in and out. It's spotty. I'm sorry about that, but I will fix it. I promise you that. And now I want to go ahead and tell you something about this beer that we're drinking. We are drinking Lagunitas, a little something now. Not bad. You know, I really like the crisp taste that it gives you the first sip. There's no citric going on in this thing. There might be some kind of like a lemon or grapefruit, but you don't taste it at all. What you do taste is a strong hop flavor, what I really like about IPAs, and this is really impressing me. I don't remember from last time we reviewed it. Freak, do you remember the last time I reviewed this? Gosh, it's got to be about a year ago. I'm not really familiar or remember that specific review, but what I can tell you is that this review right now, this is an amazing beer, and I'm loving the taste. So we'll go ahead and put this sucker down right there, and I want to talk to you guys about the next thing, and then is I think we had this on What Would You Rather before, and I don't remember what it was, but a local carnival in Florida, okay? They have this thing called the slingshot, and I'm not sure what it does. I think it brings you all the way back like this, and then it like holds you here and then shoots you through, and you're in two-seaters, and like there's this person next to you. Yeah, it's really crazy. This, if you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen the slingshot, it's at local carnivals, and it might be at like bigger parks, but I'm not really sure. And I don't know if it's at Tivoli, but in Florida, and this is not funny because this is scary as hell. In Florida, these two girls had the cable snap on them, and they were stuck in the air for over 2 hours. Okay, 2 hours on this ride, sitting in the thing, like dangling like this, like leaning forward on one cable. One cable had already snapped. I mean, can you imagine that? The nightmare, the scariness of it. Like, you've done the swing shot, yeah. And luckily, I don't know what happened years ago. I became frightful of roller coasters and rides. I can do some of them, some that leave the air a little bit. Roller coasters definitely bring me into a panic attack when they put that bar down on you. And I do like Universal Studios because I feel like you're in the thing, but you're not going up. I don't know. Just something about it. But yeah, could you imagine being on any ride and having it break? Drone-a-tick, you're the best. I can't imagine it. Luckily, everyone was safe. They got the people that were riding the ride off, and everyone was safe. But I'm not sure if they'll ever ride an amusement ride again. But anyway, thought I'd fill you guys in with that. Now it's time for one of my favorite segments, one of our new segments, one of my favorite people in the world. Guys, get ready for a fun time as I bring into you, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Nate Messick and Eat It or Not. Yes, welcome. Nate, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, man?
All right. What's going on with you? What's going on with you?
Thanks for having me. That's a pretty sad story you're just telling, but I've done the swing shot. Are you there, brother?
Yeah, I'm there. Are you?
Okay. Yeah, I've done that years ago.
Where'd you do it at? Like a local carnival?
Yeah, it was at a San Gennaro festival here in Las Vegas.
Red Eye Nate.
It cost $50.
$50?
Yeah, I think so.
For one ride?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's because there's probably a 2-hour wait for me to get on there.
Oh my gosh! Well, you're at the San Gennaro festival. I wouldn't ride it.
Hey, that's a good place.
But
for
hey,
me to do
we're not talking about Z. You better than. Yeah, San Gennaro festival would be awesome. Nate is super clean stream. I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm telling you. Don't say thank you like you're winning anything. Your stream's just better. That's all. He's like,
who's got better stream?
Thank you, He's like, thanks. My stream's better. Thank you very much. Like he just won a damn award. Ooh, what do you got there? A little something, huh? Nice.
Guys,
just because
I knew the beer that was going to be reviewed today, so I went out and I got myself a 6-pack. This is a good beer, Dan. This is a very nice beer. It's a little bit fruity. It doesn't have the
delicious
of an IPA. I'd say there's probably a little bit more of a wheat flavor in there. It's a little bit sweeter, a little bit cleaner, but it's 7%, and it's powerful. There's no doubt about that.
Thanks, Wonder Strudel. That's funny that you said that because I my palate, is mostly peanut butter and coffee, but that's completely different than what I said. You know what I mean? Like for me, I think that this is absolutely the exact opposite of fruity, grainy. Okay. Yes. Yo, Ricky D. What up? All right, Nate, it's high quality. You guys are making me feel bad.
No, don't forget.
All right. Well,
it look worse.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what's going on. It's probably, like I said, it's probably some type of thing with the stream. I will figure it out. I'm sorry, guys. Hang with me. If you got a little grainy today, but yeah, I'm on the exact opposite part of the spectrum when it comes to this. I don't think this has any bit of fruity taste. I think it's very, very hoppy, and I think that it's clean, it's crisp, it's silky, just like it says, and it's a way to go smooth beer. Cheers, Nate.
You know what? For 7.5%, it's actually pretty drinkable. You can have 3 or 4 of these in a night, maybe even a 6-pack, no problem.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like some of those Belgian beers that you drink. Like you can drink, like Le Choufs because they're so tasty and they're light. They're not light, but they're just really tasty, but they're high in alcohol. So you drink 3 of them, you might end up in somebody's volleyball net, rolling around in the mud in their backyard.
Well, I'd be willing to bet that the ABU on this, the IBU, the bitterness, whatever they call it, I bet it's pretty low.
Thank you, Wonderstrudel. Yes, Wonderstrudel said, I love the support from you guys, by the way. You're a little fuzzy. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's probably something to do with the internet, but hey, as long as you can see Nate's, maybe I'll get better. It doesn't not that bad. Okay, thanks, Rich. Let's get into why we're here for the Eat It or Not show. Nate, what do you got for us today?
Eat It or Not. Well, first of all, thank you all for coming on to the weekly beer review show.
I like this. I like when you did this. Eat it or not.
Eat it or not. So eat it.
I like it.
Guys, everybody do it at home. Eat it or not. All right. So episode 2. Last week, you guys all joined. Thank you for all the support last week. We had a really good time doing that. And what we brought to the table on the first episode of Eat It or Not was haggis. All right, Scottish haggis, the comfort food from across the pond in Scotland. And I did give you guys all a verdict of eat it. Eat it. I think you guys should try it. It's different. It's something new. It's something you probably haven't had before. It is a little bit different out of a can than it would be if you had like an old Scottish grandma kind of making it for you on a Sunday afternoon with mashed potatoes and gravy. But it's not that bad. So moving forward in the future weeks, we'll have some sort of a scoring structure here for you. Pretty much what Travel Man Dan does for his beer. And I'll be doing the same thing. So what are we going to do for episode 2? Right? And I thought long and hard about this. I had started off with kind of a national dish, which means at least a certain portion of the world's population knows about that product, knows about that food. But I wanted to kind of do something a little bit different, a little bit more shocking, especially for the Western American palate. And I'm going to do the creepy crawlies.
Oh, what do you got there?
Crickets. And I got 3 different packages.
Oh, right. Man, cricket fight.
So the first one, I've got the roasted original cricket bites. And in this, I think it's supposed to be kind of a snack. It's about 0.3 of an ounce in here. You can probably just, right? You want to just dump it. We got roasted original. We have buffalo wing sauce. There's a tribute. The buffalo.
Yeah, velo.
Don't pound it. And the last one, spicy cayenne. So we got 3 different flavors here, all right? We got roasted original, we got TMD's buffalo wing sauce, and we got spicy cayenne. If you guys want to leave a comment down below to tell me which one you want to start with while I'm kind of going through some of the statistics here, you let me know and I'll try it first. So I do want to kind of clarify, I think there's a lot of places in the world that probably eat this as a snack. It's high in protein. There's a little bit of fat. There's very low carbohydrates. Not everybody's interested in that type of diet, but for me, I try not to eat too many carbohydrates because I do like Lagunitas, 7.5% ABV beers, which means there's a lot of carbohydrates and calories. So I am one of those people that will be looking and is carbohydrate sensitive. So as a snack, just from statistics, this looks like a pretty good snack. So you've got a packet, you've got 40 calories, right? 1.5 grams of fat and 1 carbohydrate. Travel Man Dan, what's going on, brother?
Oh, I'm just reading some of the comments. Doug says there's a place in LA that you can go, but he says you can't eat too many of them. And then I'm looking at you, and I'm like, oh, man, he's going to have 3 packets of it. Nate won't do it.
I'm definitely going to try to eat all 3 packets on this show right now. So a couple of more interesting details. I started doing some research on who's actually eating crickets, right? Like, who in the world is eating crickets? Now, Travel Man Dan and myself, we did share an experience together when we were in Thailand. We've eaten bugs. I know he didn't really care for it. I kind of liked it. We've eaten tarantulas. We've eaten crickets, grasshoppers, and usually
maggots.
They'll fry them in oil. So when you're looking at different cultures and countries that are currently eating them, I would look at Thailand, China to a little bit. You probably have to go more in the provincial areas of China for that. Ghana, I mean, a lot of African countries, I would imagine, are eating insects. Mexico is a place where you can get insects. Brazil, Japan, I know that they're all big, especially in crickets. I don't know what it is about the cricket itself. Maybe you guys know, you can share below. But crickets seem to be pretty popular when it comes to eating for the insect world. Now, how can you guys find this before you even start cracking this open to smell it and taste it? You can buy it on Amazon. Danny's going to put a link down below. It costs $12.95. I got them in about 3 days because I think they were prime. So these 3 packets cost me $12.95. Not that bad. So we'll see. A couple other ways that you can eat these outside of just being a snack. You can, I looked up some recipes that you can do for crickets: chili lime tacos, cricket fried rice, which I thought was pretty interesting. Fried crickets with chili. And of course, they also turn crickets into flour, just like they do like almond flour, coconut flour, right? It's a big deal right now. Instead of just using wheat and grain-based flours, they're trying to find different ways, especially for Americans that use so much flour in pastries and fried foods. You can use cricket flour, which would then get, you'd be able to make cakes, brownies, cupcakes, whatever. So that would be interesting. If anybody wants to give it a try, let us know. So that's a bit of the backdrop. Danny, what do you think? Would you try this with me if you were here right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm adventurous. I've eaten, like I said, I've eaten a lot of bugs myself in Thailand with you. I remember the one I remember the most is all the little maggots, and they were chopped up. I don't know if you remember, with chilies and mint leaves. Yep. And it was like we were like scooping them and like drinking them. Now you got to remember, Koh San Road is like a road in Bangkok of about 50,000 backpackers from around the world. And it's the way it's set up is like the hotels are right here, or hostels. Then down below are all the beer tents and bars. And then there's this huge walking street that goes down through it. And it's just all people from all around the world just getting annihilated, taking whatever medicines they can, because, I mean, people are banged up. And so the people from inner part of other foods, people from the inner part of Thailand, like I believe they're called Sapa people near the border of Vietnam. They eat a lot of bugs, so they roll around this thing called the bug bar, and we had to try it. It was definitely worth it. I'm not sure. I did not see Lisa. Lisa is here, my sister Lisa. So Nate, I would definitely try those, but I'm more excited to watch you eat them.
Well, of course you are. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna do the reveal here, right? I'm gonna start with this package. I haven't rehearsed this or anything, so just bear with me. But I'm gonna start with the original. It makes sense to me. Trying something that's just probably flavored with cricket. All right, so we're gonna open this thing up.
All right.
And we're gonna go right for the smell. All right.
Give us a whiff.
If you want to check out the packaging a little bit, right? All right.
No, we want to smell it.
All right, so.
All right.
It does have this in here to keep it dry. Yes. Guys, by the way, don't eat this. All right. So what I decided, there's a lot in here. There's a
oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
Can you guys see it? All right, so I'm gonna try one. All right, I'm gonna try one. I'll just use a chopstick here, try and get it into the camera.
Oh man, get that sucker closer. Oh my gosh.
You can see, like I mean, it's everything's but the legs, the things that.
Yeah, you can see the body of it. Oh no. Nate won't do it. What does it taste like?
I don't know what it tastes like. It tastes like I don't know. Who was eating at Long John Silver's? They used to when you.
I love Long John.
So Danny, please tell me, what is the little crumble that they used to put with your fried chicken and fish?
It's just batter, and it's just the batter. That's what it tastes like.
That's what it tastes like. As a matter of fact, they should probably put the fried fish on top of these crickets. So there's not a lot of flavor on this one. That's probably why it's original. It tastes like a cricket, like a cricket would. So I'm just gonna down this whole thing.
Okay. Oh, oh, jeez. What does it taste like? A little something, something. No, don't drink it yet. Don't drink it yet. Oh, man. Nate going for it. The whole bag. Cheers, Nate. Nasty.
Well, it's coming out of my mouth. It's okay. All right. I know it's a cricket, so when I taste it, it's a little bit gamey. It's a little bit funky. So that's why I'm losing my mind over it. But it's not that bad. All right. It doesn't taste great, and it's really hard to chew. I need some beer or some Lagunitas.
I'll take one with you too. Cheers, guys.
Holy hell. All
right, bring out the next flavor.
So I'm going to move right into the buffalo wing sauce. Again, tribute to TMD.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Travel.
Hey.
Hey.
Nice, dude. Yeah.
Okay.
Even though you're Eagles fan. Cheers, cheers.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Here we go. This one. All right. Buffalo wing sauce. It looks exactly the same, so I'm not even going to torture you guys with me trying to put the cricket up here into the camera. I'm just going to dump it into the bowl, and I can do the same exact thing. I can eat the whole thing.
Did you take the freshness pack out?
I did. Don't eat that.
Yeah.
Here we go. This one is covered in buffalo wing sauce.
Wow.
Oh.
What?
Oh, the old ones are still stuck in my cheeks.
Oh, just gross. That's going to be way better. Yeah. Oh, he's choking on him.
Are you guys ready? Should I just do it again the same way, Travel Man Dan? What do you think?
However you want, man.
Buffalo wing sauce. Let's do it.
How does it taste? Like, go like this. Go see your teeth. Go like this. You look terrible. Oh, geez. Oh man, you look like a jungle man.
Oh, I need beer, man. I can't do it.
You have bug breath. You got.
I do.
Oh, cheers to you, man. Oh.
Last
Dude.
one. Spicy cayenne.
Too much there. Here
we go. I'm gonna try. Smell test immediately. Danny, what's up?
Aquanauts wants to know: is it salty?
No.
No.
It is. It tastes like I'm eating spoiled dirt.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I think you should do this segment where, like, you bring Cindy in, and you have,
no, it's like Nutella. Sorry.
And you breathe on Cindy's face, and she tells you,
"Hey, honey."
Yeah, that should be part of the segment. Cindy, what do you think? By the way, oh man, Frank just joined us. Nate, you got to go through this again. Frank just joined us.
Frank, just so you know, You're coming in late. Great to have you, brother. We got cricket bites. I just went through the original flavor and the buffalo wing, and now I got spicy cayenne. All right, and I'm just going for the whole bag. I'll take one out. Where's my little dish here? There we go. Oh man, when you see these things in aggregate, it's kind of tough.
Let's take a better look at them. We can't really, yeah. Even if they, oh man, oh, I see the little antennas going off them. You know what they remind me of? Does it taste like the shell of a peanut? Like not the shell, but the skin.
It's funny you say that, TMD, because I eat the entire peanut. I eat the shell with the peanut.
Oh, okay.
So yes, there's a bit of consistency that's similar. Very dry. You know, there's no guts in this thing. It's completely dry. So it's like the exoskeleton. And that's been roasted for a long time, so you get a bit of a crunch, but there's nothing else in there. So it's pretty similar to that of the shell of a peanut. All right, here we go. So
wait, hold on, Nate. My sister's comment: only way I'd consume those gnarly cannibal creatures is grinded in a J. So you telling me you'd smoke them, Lisa? Please don't.
Don't. Earthy. Richard D. Christina just said earthy. That's exactly what it is. It's an earthy, weird flavor. It's kind of like if you were to chew on turmeric or, I don't know, cumin, right?
All right. Well, this is the barbecue flavor?
No, there's no barbecue. This is spicy cayenne.
Oh.
Here we go. I'm going to get real close here.
Oh, yeah. We like the teeth cam.
Oh, this one's fucking terrible.
Oh, he's gagging. He's gagging. This is hardcore. Hey, Kral's here. Welcome in Dubai. Welcome, Kral. All right, this is hardcore.
Cricket.
He's washing them down.
All right. So I just got through all three. If I had to be honest here, they don't really taste that different. The buffalo wing sauce definitely stands out to me, which is pretty topical considering the show that we're on, TMD. Hey. All right. But it comes down to the final verdict. Last week, I gave you a verdict of eat it for the haggis, because I think if you want to try different things, if you want to, get out of your comfort zone, you want to understand different cultures, give it a shot. It's not 100% what you would get on a Sunday morning from a grandmother in Scotland, but it is a pretty decent way to try a different cultured food. When it comes to the crickets, I'm going to have to say when it comes to taste, it's not that great. But I think it's something that can grow on you. When it comes to the nutritional information, obviously it's low in calories, low in carbohydrates, has a little bit of fat, has some protein to it. So it's probably a healthier snack than a bag of potato chips. But let's be honest here, it is a bug. With all that being said, if you're an adventurous eater, eat it. Definitely eat it. Try it. Tell your friends that you did it. Try to get them to do it. Try and do a video for us and show us that you tried crickets because of TMD in the weekly beer review show. So in my opinion, guys, get out there, check out the link below, and eat it.
Oh, he's going to give it an eat it. Okay. Very cool. Very cool, Nate. Very cool. Maybe I'll get a chance to eat it when I'm in Vegas. I'd like to see Cindy eating it, too.
Oh, there's no chance.
Like, I really think it'll be a funny segment is no matter what you eat, she comes in and you give her one of these, bro, a side thing. She sticks her nose out, right? And then you just lay your mouth and go, ah.
Yeah, it was, man, I got to tell you, a lot of fun. Doing something that's a little bit crazy. Seeing the comments here. We got 15 people watching now. Thank you all for your support. Please continue to support Travel Man Dan. He's an awesome guy. He's putting together a lot of great creative content here just for you guys. There's no other reason. He's doing it for his community, and he appreciates it.
Well, thanks, man. I didn't ask for that plug, but that makes me feel good. Yeah, it's hard because people want you sometimes to grow faster than you are. And you definitely want to grow fast, and we're trying, and we're moving, man. We're doing it. Calvin says I'll pass, but I appreciate it. We're loving your segment, Nate. We can't wait already until next week. So thank you for coming on. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for being a part of it. Yeah, the little something now. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna swig this something down, and I'm gonna go ahead and give it a score. Would you like to dual score with me?
Let's do it. You asked me, I'll give you a score. I'll give you my honest opinion.
Okay, yeah, let's do a dual score. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drink this down. This is the Lagunitas, a little something now, and I'll tell you we're gonna bring out the scorecard, and then I'm gonna give it a score, and then Nate's gonna give it a score, and we'll match the two scores. So, okay, here we go. So,
damn,
it's delicious.
it is.
Really, really, really good. I really like it, man.
Of course, it's gonna be.
I really enjoy this one. All right, so let's go to taste. So, like I said before, now my taste is very different than Nate's. My palate, everyone's flavor, everyone's taste buds are different to what their body chemistry is. So for me, I don't taste any of the citric flavor going on in this beer. What I taste is a robust amount of hops and that really kind of pungent, skunky feel when you're drinking a strong IPA. But on the flip side of that, just like the label says, it's silky smooth. It goes down like a lager or a pilsner. It's really created for someone that maybe is getting into IPAs, that can't go full bore on a double IPA. It's really enjoyable, and I definitely encourage you to try this one. And I'm going to go ahead, and I got my score of a 4.5. What do you got, Nate?
Yeah, I'm not going to change the score. I'm going to go with a 4.5 as well, but it's going to be some of the same reasons. The drinkability is a big deal for me. I really think that, especially at this ABV, typically you'll have an IPA that has 7.5 or higher, and you can taste the alcohol content. You can't quite taste it as much here, so the drinkability is much better. So I'll give it a 4.5.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So price. Now, I like this price. I was able to find it in this one pint can. Okay, it does come what Nate is drinking in a 6-pack, and you can buy a 12-pack. And you probably all you have to do. It's weird here out west. I don't see all the bottles together. Back east, I used to see when you buy a case, you buy 24 in a rack. I don't really see that out here. You have to buy 6, and you have to either buy 4 of them, or you have to buy 12, and you buy 2 of them. But I bought it in this can. I thought the price point was excellent. That's what really turned me on. It was $2.59 plus deposit and tax here in California. So you're looking at $2.75 for a delicious beer. And I got to say, that's a great, great price. And I really enjoy that. And that's why I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give it a score of a 4.5 as well. I think when you get a beer that tastes this good and is this strong, I think 4.5 is a reputable, and I can definitely back it up and tell you why and validate the score. Wait, what do you think?
Yeah, I think my 6-pack was $9.99. So I even got a better deal than you. Because when you're buying in volume, obviously you're going to lower the price per bottle or per can. And let me ask you, is that a 12-ounce can? It looks like a slim can.
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying. No, the price point is probably very similar because this is a bigger can. This is a pint can. So if you go by fluid ounces of times 6.
So then, yeah, I'd have to go with probably a 4. I think it's, everybody can drink it. A 6-pack isn't out, it's not crazy. It's not $22 or something like that for some of the more extreme beers. But you get a kick from it. You get the drinkability. This is a great 6-pack for $10. You can sit on a Friday night, take care of yourself, wake up the next morning and forget about it.
Yeah, definitely. Right away, I like the taste of it. Now let's go into the design. Nate, could you hold your bottle up there? So the design is pretty basic, but it is kind of cool. The bottle, I got to say, is much better than the can. So I'm going to score off the can. It's got a little something, something. Now, the name, right? Little something, something is like American slang of something, something. Okay? Of little, it's kind of a play off of that. And they got this woman here. I don't know if it's a pinup girl or it kind of looks like the Joker on this can. If you take away the hair, that kind of looks like the Joker, but so it came out a little weird. There's nothing great about this can that I think that's overwhelming in me in design. Now, Nate, show your bottle. I like the bottle better. Okay, I think that shows the full lady and the way that she's sitting on the font. It's kind of cool. So for the can, although you know, it's got the cool lady, and I like her smiling. It says way silky, smooth, and IPA. The name's catchy, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3.5.
Yeah, you know what? If you're grading off the can, it's tough here with the bottle. Typically, bottles are going to be less interesting than a can because you have a lot more real estate on a can that you can put. You can go all the way to the edge, whereas a bottle, you only have the label. So you've got what, 3 inches by 4 inches, something like that. So yeah, I'm not that impressed with the look, the style of it. I love the name, Little Something Something. I love the pinup girl. I'd like the tattoo of that, but I'm a little uninspired, and I'm a little uninspired by Lagunitas overall when it comes to their style, their look. Even if you go to their traditional lager, it's a little bit bland. I'm going to go with a 2.5 on their presentation.
2.5. Okay, all right. Presentation. Now, accessibility. This brewery is up in Northern California, next to a city, Petaluma. So basically, San Francisco, right? So, but what they've done is they've strategized since the early 90s a way to get it across this country and get it into places all along the Midwest, where they set up a brewery in Chicago, and then they're able to ship to New York. That's a little bit more easy. So they brew in Chicago and then they ship east, or they brew in Chicago and they ship down into the Midwest and in the flyover states. But obviously, being California, you can find this just about anywhere. I feel like it's pretty accessible. Now, in Europe, I don't think it's that easy to get. Africa, I don't think over in Asia, and I don't think in South America and Australia it'll be very easy to get. So accessibility here in the United States is pretty good. It's really good, actually. I think it's becoming one of the fastest growing micro brews or craft brews or whatever the hell you want to call it. So I'm going to give it a better score than I normally get. But as far as being worldwide, it's just not there. And that's why I'm going to give it an accessibility of a 3.0. Nate?
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement. If you're living on the West Coast here, on the left coast, it's going to be pretty much. All right, I'll give you a real-time example. This morning I went out knowing that I had to get a couple of beers. I had to go to 2 supermarkets and end up going to a beer distributor where I finally found it. So it's not like it's stocked like a Corona is, or it's stocked like a St. Archer is, something like that. That's even more West Coast vibey, right? I don't know. If you're looking globally, it's tough to take that into consideration because it's not going to be mass produced and mass distributed. So I'll give it a 2.5.
2.5. Okay. All right. Accessibility is 2.5. All right. So now the TMD X Factor. The fact that I went ahead and I reviewed this beer, or I reviewed the bottle that Nate has very early on. And when I started kind of figuring out this channel, each and every year, I take a look every 3 months, and I add up to every 3 months and say, how can I make this check and watch through the history of this particular show, of this particular segment? You'll see every 3 months, you'll see something added and something taken away. So going back about a year and a half ago, I reviewed this beer, and I like to bring it back with a new scoring system, and eventually we're going to have it a lot more fun, hopefully digitally, and I'll be able to pop it up on the screen. But in terms of bringing it back, I thought that had a lot to do with what is the TMD X Factor. Always like to bring it back and review it again. I think that because it's a 7.5%, and as you can see, I'm not slurring, right? I'm feeling good. It's got a free flow. It's got a nice feeling to the strength of it. And the fact that, somebody says, hey, what are you drinking? Something now. You can say that every time. I think that's really cool, and I like the namesake for it. So for the TMD X Factor, I'm going to go ahead and give it a score of a 3.5. Nate, what do you got?
I'll do the eat it or not factor. And you know what? All those things, I kind of agree with you, Danny. The accessibility for us is not an issue. It's tough for me to dock too many points there. The taste is just so good. Like I feel I don't want the numbers to reflect a poor review because it wouldn't be true. But we are looking at the beer in its entirety. So I'll give it an in and out factor of 4.5 because I really believe in the beer itself. I think it's a great, great drinking beer.
Wow. Okay, Nate, take over while I totally up the score.
You got it. All right. So has anybody else tried this Lagunitas before? I just saw Tenacious Freak was saying that He tried Lagunitas IPA, which is just a different style of beer from the same brewer. Tenacious Freak, what did you think of the beer? Did you like it? Was it good? Did anybody else try this before? Anybody from the States? Anything that would be similar in the country that you're at? What about India? Baro, do you drink beer? I bet you guys all want to talk about the crickets again.
Okay. Well,
sorry, TMD, go for it.
No problem. I'd love to stay on the crickets, but we are moving along. We are rolling. Guys, oh, man, today we are close. Nate gave it a score of an 18. Great score. Definitely high regards for this beer. But TMD, right here, Travel Man Dan, this is now tied for the highest beer ever on this show, along with Duckzilla, a 20. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah! Lagunitas, something now. Something now. All right. Yes, it was awesome. Those were gnarly to the max, my sister said. Wow. Dude, I love the way you speak. 6.2%. No, this okay. Maybe this is something else you guys are talking about. But we're talking about this beer.
He's talking about the Lagunitas IPA. Tenacious Freak has had it.
No, I'm not knowing enough to drink beer. That is not true. Because yes, guys, moving along, right along, sticking with the show. Nate, if you want to hang with us, you're welcome to. If you don't, I understand you got things to do. But guys, I just want to say thank you so much for Nate. You bring so much value to this segment. You bring everything to this channel. I really appreciate you showing up, doing the segment, the Eat It or Not, eating them damn crickets. If you hang on, if you're still here, I'll bring it back on. But I just want to say thank you so much. Guys, give Nate a big thank you. Goodbye. He might be back. I'm not sure. But, yeah, that was awesome.
Thanks, man. It's a lot of fun. It's really all about the community of people that you have. And interacting with Tenacious Freak and your sister and Jens or Baro or Drunatic, that's what this thing's all about. We're able to kind of, through our eyes, show them a little bit of what we're eating and drinking and watching and reading here. So thank you for the opportunity, and I look forward to it. I'm gonna check off now, but I'll be back next week. And next week, I want to just give you guys all a little bit of a tease. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's fruity. I'm going to leave you with that. TMD, thank you.
No problem, dude. Thank you, Nate. Everyone's saying goodbye to you. Great episode. Thank you, Nate. Thank you. They're really, really enjoying. Look at this love coming in for Nate. Thank you so much, Nate. If you decide to pop back up, just come on back on. I'll let you back in the room. If not, have a great day. Tell Cindy, Kiss Anderson, hello. Have a great one. And, yeah, talk to you later, bro.
Later, bro.
Later. All right, guys, that was awesome. That's always exciting. It's always fun for me to have Nate on the show, not only because he brings a lot of fun, cool things for Eat It or Not, but he's also my best friend, and I always enjoy when my friends go ahead and they want to be a part of my show. They want to be a part of the community. They want to see what I've been doing for the last year and a half diligently and each and every week. And like I said before, please, if you're interested in being on the show, just let me know. Don't ever think that, well, I don't know what I would bring. You would obviously bring yourself, right? That's all we need. You would bring something great. I'm really, a big, strong believer that everyone has something to offer. So no matter what you think or no matter what you are scared of, if you don't want to be on the show, just join me. All right, just hop on, send me a message. We'll figure it out. I'm going to go right into show and tell. Guys, this one's fun. This one I won an award, okay? This one I won an award. And really excited about this. I never really win raffles, but I won this one. Love your shirt. Yeah, this is just a kid from Kenmore. If you know Kenmore, New York is where I'm from. It's a suburb north of the city of Buffalo. So, yeah. If you want to check out this merchandise, it is on the link below. You can check it out. You can purchase these shirts. But this is what I won. It is called the Bernhardt Cabernet Sauvignon. I think that's pronounced right. I'm more of a beer drinker, but check out this bottle of wine. And why I wanted to show it to you, it's by a company called Scout and Cellar. And I'll put their link down in the description below. Let's see how that focus is in there. There we go. Scout and Cellar. Okay, check that out. Yeah. And one thing that I really like about this wine is wine forever gives me like major cranking headaches. something to do with the fruits and the chemicals that they put in wine. And, I've always stayed away from a lot of wine because it gives me those headaches. But this wine is not made with any chemicals or any sugar. So I was excited to try it because they really sell. Just a kid from India. Nice. They really sell it. Great thoughts, Danny. You're an inspiration. Thank you, Rich. That means a lot to me, bro. And this is really good stuff because if you want to drink more wine, it's still got a great wine flavor, but without any sugar and any weird chemicals. Bigger challenge, Nate. That seems way too. And so I just wanted to go ahead and use this for show and tell. Now, the next thing, very simple, right? Very easy. So if you're ever interested in what you could bring to the table, wherever you're from, whether you're from Kenmore or whether you're from India, or whether you're from Norway or Sweden or parts of wherever you're from, just bring something, grab something in your house and show it to us. Talk to us, okay? And that's what it's all about, the show and tell. We always like to hear interesting segments, people, and you never know what you got until you start getting it out. So don't be afraid. Let me know if you're interested in being on there. I'd love to have you. Anyway, now it's time for my favorite segment, okay? What would you rather? We're going to go rather quickly as I get ready for the second beer. The second beer, I'm going to go ahead and crack it open first. Now, this beer is kind of, I grew up drinking this beer. It was kind of the first beer that I wandered away from your common beers, right? You had your micro brews, that's what we used to call them. And I used to see this beer all the time at a distributor that I worked at called Consumer Beverages on Elmwood and in Kenmore. And, this beer is fun. It's from a region in New York that I think is the most gorgeous place. My favorite place in the world is actually Yosemite, but this place was pretty dang close. If you've ever been there, it's called the Adirondacks. It's a mountain range full of forest. But yeah, I'm talking about Saranac Pale Ale. That's what we're going to be drinking for the second beer today. Check that out, the Saranac Pale Ale. All right, I'm going to crack that sucker open. It's 5.5%, and we've never reviewed a Saranac, I believe. Okay, so right away, we get a pungent smell coming from this. The aroma is delicious. I can smell already that alley flavor. That's, I'm not really sure what Pale Ale consists of. I should probably do a little more research of it. And it's not as strong as an IPA, but it's not as dull as a regular Pilsner. And it's definitely not as dark and deep red as like your British red ale. So yes, the Adirondacks are beautiful, but let's go ahead and as I smell it, yeah, it's got a nice, it's got a nice caramel sweetness to it. Okay, well, next week, bro, I'm working next week in the. We got if I get the. All right, well let's see what this one looks like. I'm curious because I like Pale Ale, and as we can see, it does have a little bit of reddish flavor to it, a red ale look to it, and it's going to be a perfect pour right up into the very tip of the cup. It's got nice carbonation. Look at that beer. Delicious looking beer in a well-placed mug. Really frosty looking. It's got a nice head to it. Okay, as you can see, it's not too cloudy, but it does have an element of opaqueness going on with the beer. It's got a reddish kind of look to it. Interesting copper tone to it. Let's go ahead and take a sip. And I'll tell you what it tastes like. Okay. All right. Interesting, right? I definitely like Pale Ales because there's a beer that I really enjoy called Dale's Pale Ale, and I'll be sure to go ahead and review it. But it's like a red ale light. Okay, it's got a really flat taste to it. It's very clear. It's very there's not a lot of bells and whistles going on there, but I definitely taste the maltiness, like a sweet maltiness, a very hint of it. Okay, not overpowering. Not like your Haggis beers, but it's got a real subtle of caramelized as I go in and taste my taste buds inside my brain. It's the red beers look yeah, they look nice. I mean, when you stack a red beer next to a hazy beer, all day red beer, all day. All right, moving on. What would you rather, guys? I'm going to move kind of quick because we are going to try to wrap this show up within an hour and 30 minutes, okay? I don't want to go any more longer than an hour and 30 minutes. So stay with me. Here we go. Is there some world where we get earthworms is a delicacy? I don't know. I don't know. You know I like earthworms. I know you can eat candy worms. But here we go. So what would you rather? Go ahead and tell me in the comments, or wait till the show's over and let me know after the show. I'll be sure to go and answer. I think I missed a few from last week, but I'll definitely go back and always respect that you took time to go ahead and answer it, and I will answer as well. So coming with number one, we are going to go to a place. We always go to a place. So would you rather go to, and if I pronounce this wrong, I'm sorry, but it is called Iguazu Falls in Argentina. It is the biggest accumulation of waterfalls on top of waterfalls on top of waterfalls. You know, being born 20 minutes from Niagara Falls, I absolutely love waterfalls. I want to see the highest one, the longest one, the biggest one. But this one is the biggest collection of waterfalls. And if you haven't checked it out, be sure to Google it. It's in Argentina. It looks stunning, absolutely gorgeous, wonderful place. Something about being with water and in the jungle. And I guess this would probably be some part of the Amazon jungle. Absolutely beautiful. Would love to see it one day. Okay, the second one is Argentina. Welcome. All right, the second one would be, would you rather go to Tulum, Mexico? Now, what is Tulum, Mexico? Well, it's an ancient ruined city, and it is along the coastline. So it is the one ancient Mayan city where they built all those pyramids and those crazy, awesome, amazing ancient ruins, but they built them on land right up to the shore, right up to the coast. If you haven't seen it, it's a real popular place for tourists, but it's also one of the biggest traditional seaports back in ancient Mayan times. So it looks amazing. And this one's tough because both are in Latin America. Both probably offer something amazing, something beautiful, some kind of life-changing experience where you're seeing this stuff and you're like, holy cow. Frank says, let's go to Argentina. For me, I would want to see those waterfalls, but I love ancient cities. I love ancient ruins. It puts me into a place that I can't explain. So for me, I'm going to have to choose Tulum, Mexico. Hopefully, I'll be able to visit them both, but on this one, I would rather go to Tulum. If I had the 2 tickets, that's all it is, the 2 tickets. This one you can go to later, but this one you can go to now. I'm picking Tulum. I'm going to check out the ancient ruined city. All right, question number 2. What would you rather? Guys, this one is food time. Now, would you rather eat? Okay, this is something sweet. Are you a sweet or are you a salty guy? Put it in the comment section when the live show is over. It helps TMD. Yes. Jens. You're a man, dude. Thank you. I think you've commented on every one of them, and I can't thank you enough. But yeah, it does help me because what it says is, okay, they're watching it, then they're going ahead and liking it, and then they're going ahead and commenting it. It's a total engagement, and it does help with the algorithm. But we're talking about question number 2. Please let me know what you would rather. We're going Sweet Town, baby. Now, I never really had one of these until I was probably like 35 years old. They're not really popular in the United States, although as of late, they became very popular. I've seen them all over Europe and parts of Africa, but I'm talking about these guys right here. Macaroons. Look at how colorful and delicious those are. They're a real light, airy, sweet, delicious cream inside of them. Okay, really, really tasty. Or are you going to go with an American classic, one that will make you just stop in your tracks and go, where is that smell coming from? I got to have it. Guys, that's right. I'm talking about these right here, Cinnabons, okay? I'm talking about glazed, delicious Cinnabons. These are amazing. These are one of the best flavorful things, okay, because, well, you're going to get full on them. And I got to be honest with you, if you haven't tried it in the United States now, I know it's kind of a weird thing to say, but you know who's got really good Cinnabons? You got to go in the morning. McDonald's, man. They're really good. So what would you rather? Would you rather have macaroons or would you have a cinnamon roll? And it's tough to say, man, because both are delicious. Both offer different flavors. Both offer delicious, sweet, tastes. Okay, and I like them both, but for me, I'm going with the Cinnabon all day long. I love these rolls. I love the cinnamon rolls. I love that it's coated with frosting, and then you can sprinkle more cinnamon flavoring on top. And if you go to these specialty stores, sometimes they get a little wacky, and they'll sprinkle like roasted pecans or roasted walnuts or almonds on it, and you can really just have a nutty time. Okay, really delicious, and looking forward to eating a cinnamon roll this afternoon, I think. I love cinnamon. Yes, me too. Okay, cinnamon rolls from McD's in Argentina. I like it, Frank. All right, question number 3. Question number 3, we're talking about music. Music, a lot of this, I talk a lot of music because older music, because I feel like my community, the audience that watches me, we all kind of agree on the same artists and the same musicians. So I don't bring up a lot of new school people, and I'm talking about some old school people. If you can only listen to one, maybe you're driving, I don't know, 2 days, and you can only listen to all the albums of all these bands. So who would you rather listen to? Would it be the Talking Heads, or would it be the Police? Ooh, that's a tough one, right? Okay, both offer something different. Rick, like in the Macaroons, both offer amazing songs. Freak, I take down the answers to the question in real time and just write them and the show is over. Or they're always in the comments below. They're always in the description below. So if you miss it on this and you forget it, just go down to the description below. You'll be able to see it. But wow, yeah, who are you going with? You going with the Talking Heads, or are you going with the Police? Both are amazing bands. Both had tremendous success throughout the years. For me, I love the Police. I love all their songs. Some of them get me charged up. Some of them really make me think introspectively. Some of them really just put me on a different playing level. I feel like Sting is a really well-rounded human being. I feel like he's got a lot of perspective in life, and he's not just a musician, if you know what I mean. And so the Police, they're one of my top favorite bands. But if I'm looking for sound and I'm looking for something that I want to listen to over time, the Talking Heads, man, they just come out with the craziest lyrics, and I feel like their lead singer has just got the best voice. I love their sound. I love the Talking Heads. I love their all their albums are great. You have Cinnabons all the time out of your yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can. That's right. So yeah, for me, it's the Talking Heads. All right, question number 4, guys. I know this one might not relate to everyone, so maybe you can chime in if you can. If you don't, maybe you can give a perspective on what it's like to not like either one of them. I don't know. Yeah, nothing but flowers. Yeah, I'm not moving around. Yeah, Jen is intelligent. Yes, thank you, Barrow. Yes, he is. So, would you prefer American traditional boxing? I don't know why we say American, but like a traditional boxing, Olympic style boxing with just the gloves, or do you prefer the UFC, Ultimate Fighting? You can either be a boxer, a wrestler, a jiu-jitsu special, a karate expert, kung fu. Okay, it's a little bit of everything: elbows, knees, kicks, everything. Different, more exciting at times. Sometimes the wrestling can really lull people away from the sport. I absolutely love them both, but I think Lisa goes with the UFC. The Who for Calvin, nice. For me, it's a tough one because sometimes I watch a lot of boxing, and then sometimes I watch a lot of UFC, and they both present a different product in terms of all the circus that goes along with it. But for me, if I had to choose one, I love boxing. I absolutely love it. I think it's the pure sweet science. I'm down with all that. But I started watching UFC and when it first came out, and I followed it. They've done amazing. So yeah, I'm going to go with the UFC on this one. I absolutely love it, both of them. So I'd like to know which one you would prefer to watch. If it was like, I'm talking like a huge heavyweight fight for UFC or huge heavyweight boxing. That also has implications on which one you'd rather watch. UFC, everything goes. Talking Heads, nice, Rich. Yeah, clean fights, books and books. Yeah, boxing for me. Okay, Jonathan. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the big thing that a lot of people say. They don't like the brutality that comes with Ultimate Fighting. Anyway, moving on. Question number 5. This one is not going to be a gross one. This one is going to be more of an introspective kind of who you are. And guys, which would you rather? Aquanites likes the UFC. Which would you rather? Would you rather have a shopping spree of $8,000 at any store you want? Okay, you walk into that store, you get $8,000. You can spend it however you want. You can only spend it in that store, but it is a shopping spree at that store. Whatever store you want. You can go to a purse store and buy one purse. You can go to a clothing store and buy tons of clothes. Doesn't matter. We're talking about one store. Would you rather spend a shopping spree of $8,000, or would you rather have a 10-day all-expense paid vacation anywhere in the world? And where would that be? That's a tough one because there's a lot of cool places. I think if I was to do the shopping spree, I would go to a bomb-ass suit store. I would get all the, the dress clothes that I've always wanted. I really like wearing suits. Wearing a tie to me doesn't represent corporate America. It represents, just old school, kind of 1930s, old-fashioned look. So for me, I would buy a lot of that stuff. But for me, I love travel. I am Travel Man Dan. I'll definitely take the all-expense paid vacation, and without a doubt, I can put it right down, book it right now, because it is probably one of the more expensive trips. I would book Scotland. I would book it right around the time of the Fringe Acting Festival, and I would go for 10 days, and I would see all the castles. Then I would see more theater, and then I would see more theater, and then I would see more theater, and I would just absolutely indulge myself in the history. I probably would try Haggis, not from a can like my boy Nate, but I would definitely try Haggis. So for me, number 5 would be the all-expense paid vacation to Scotland. I think that would be awesome. Guys, if you get a chance, drop it down in the comments below after the show. Moving along, we're going to go with the Saranac Pal Al second sip. It's a delicious beer. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. I've had 1 or 2 sips. It's 5.5%, so it's not super strong, but it is delicious. It's got a really weird flatness to it, if you will. Not like flat old spoiled, but it doesn't offer that real crisp flavor that some beers bring to it. It's got a real flat, kind of non-buoyant, if you will. There's not a lot of bubbles going on in this beer. It's got a really refreshing, sweet, malty flavor to it, and I'm enjoying it. Lisa would go to the Caribbean. That's awesome. You gotta go. Love you. Love you too, Rich. Thank you so much. Appreciate you stopping by. Have a great week, and hope to see you next time. So moving along, now we're going to talk about next week's video. Guys, the next week's video is kind of weird because it's kind of like a show and tell, and then it's also kind of like, what am I doing? So next week, I'm going to be doing, it's time for Reading Man Dan to come back. So if you don't know and you're new to the channel, or if you're wondering what's the schedule, it goes like this. It goes Reading Man Dan, Travel Man Dan, Food Friday. Reading Man Dan, Travel Man Dan, Food Friday. So tomorrow or Friday is Reading Man Dan, and we're going to be doing one that was sent to me from Denmark, from Drunatic. Thank you so much, Drunatic. I'm humbled. I really am. We're going to get into some other stuff later, but she sent me this one. So it's kind of like a show and tell, but it's also a preview of next week's video. And we're going to be on one. It's called The Story of the Little Mole Who is in Search of Whodunit. And check that out, okay? I'm going to be reading this book about a little mole, and that is awesome, by Werner Holdsworth and Wolf Elbrunch, okay? So it is an international #2 bestseller. It's really colorful. As you can see, I like the fonts on it. Okay, it's cool that it's a mole, and it's kind of going to go through the story. So I'm really looking forward to reading this book. You can check that out on Reading Man Dan. And as kids are going back to school, as they're in classrooms, as they're going ahead and they're learning again, I really want to keep things about opening another channel and going ahead and putting it on there. And I said, you know what? Like, what is your why, Danny? And my why for this channel, in case you've never known or stood on there, my why is to become a creator, to become good at as an entertainer, whether that's reading, travel, food. Okay, I want to work in this business. I want to work in the industry so friggin' bad. I want to be paid and be a working actor, working host, whatever. So for me, YouTube is an ability to go ahead and show you all these different outlets, all these different shows that I've created. And so thank you, gents. I think I love Denmark. So for me, I'm not going to stop doing Reading Man Dan. I know that probably slows my channel down in terms of progress, because the more niche you are, it's along the principles of like, try to reach everyone, you reach nobody. And like, you come here for travel and you got a guy reading. You come here for a guy reading, you got food. Like, what is this show? What is this channel? But for me, my why has always been to make this thing as a creative outlet for myself. So I'm going to continue on with it. Thank you so much, Drew and Tika, for sending me this book. I'm going to be reading it with a lot of fun this week. So stay tuned for this week's episode of Reading Man Dan. We're going back into the Dallas Pale Ale. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it in 7 minutes, but it's a delicious red ale. It's got a flat, sweet, malty hint going on in it. And it's a really nice beer, all right. I feel like it would be paired well with a good food, right? You always want to try to pair a beer with food. And, you know, we're going to be bringing on beer specialists in the show. So stay tuned for this. This is just, you know, I wanted to be able to make sure that I could do this good. So I spent a year making me good at doing this show. Now we're starting to sprinkle in a little Nate. We're going to sprinkle in another history teacher. We're sprinkling in guests so that the show flows more like a well-developed variety show. You got to understand, you have to go through the process to understand where you're going to end up. And that's what I'm doing right here. And I appreciate all the support from the very beginning, guys. Can't tell you how much this means to me. I look forward to it. Thank you. All right, Junitek. Yeah, much love and light. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it. I always like quirky animals and quirky books, so I'll read it with a lot of distinction and a lot of happiness for you. All right, so thank you so much. All right, moving on. It's time for my second favorite segment. No, I think it's probably my third after Eat It or Not, because I love my buddy Nate, and then I love What Would You Rather. But now it's time for This Day in History. But it really doesn't matter. We're just all here having shows and segments. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read you guys what happened on this particular day in history. I'm not a history teacher. I'm not a history professor. I just like history. So here we go. On this day in history, on March 28th, 1776, Juan Bautista de Anza finds the site for the Presidio of San Francisco. Basically, you had this explorer, and he found the area where he was going to go ahead and set up shop for his ministry, for his the place where he was going to have set up for people traveling, and that was it in San Francisco. And on this day in history, this is where he found it. And yeah, pretty old, a long time ago, 1776, but still, the starts developing San Francisco with this. It's not a monastery. It's like more of a mission, okay? A missionary of people traveling. And Barrow, are you awake yet? Barrow's still here. It's his favorite. I know he enjoys it. But on this day in history, that's what happened in 1776. On March 28th, 1797, okay, Nathaniel Briggs of New Hampshire patents a washing machine. That's right, okay, a clothes washing they called it, or sometimes called a box mangler. And he patented it, and it's really interesting. You know, I like inventions. You know, I like this kind of stuff because it takes one person's idea into a dream, and we don't even remember it because that happened almost 200 and some years ago. But the invention for the washing machine of clothes was invented. Before it was all hand washing, right? And then here comes this box that would spin around or whatever, and it actually didn't spin around like modern day. It would kind of like ring it around. If you want to check it out, you can. But on this day in history, the patent for the washing machine was developed. All right, and number 3, 1881, the greatest show on earth was formed by P.T. Barnum and James Anthony Bailey. Okay, washing machine or box mangler. Well, pretty much the same thing, right? Man, what a name. I know, it's funny, right? So on this day in history, the greatest show on earth was combined, right? You had these two circuses that were traveling throughout the United States, and they were bringing in a lot of income. And they said, you know what? Let's bring them together. Let's join forces, and we'll create the greatest show on earth. And on this day in history, the greatest show on earth was formed in 1881. All right, really late, Barrow. That's all right. Thank you so much, Barrow. We're going to be ending soon so you can get a good night's rest. On this day in history, on March 28th, 1930, Constantinople, okay, was officially named Istanbul. It had been called that unofficially for over 500 years. But officially, on this day in history, Constantinople was changed to Istanbul. That's pretty cool Turkish history. Hope you enjoy that. I always like those country name changes because like Persia and Iran and things like that, that's pretty interesting because it changes the whole outlook of the country, I think, you know, and still to this day, is it Saigon, is it Ho Chi Minh? Depends who you ask, right? All right, moving on. Next one, on this day in history, on March 28th, 1972, Wilt Chamberlain played his last pro basketball game. If you don't know who Wilt Chamberlain was, he was Michael Jordan before Michael Jordan. A lot of people consider him the greatest basketball player of all time. It's tough to compare because basketball, the game itself, was much different when Wilt played. How much time do you spend on time? I spend a lot of time, man. You know, that's a funny question, Calvin. I spend a lot of time preparing in terms of researching, understanding topics that you guys might want to hear, the ones that might set people off. You know, I don't want to make people upset about stuff like that. I know, have you noticed we don't go too politically, and I'm not very political at all, but I definitely go through hours of preparation each week for each show. So there you go. But you know what? Too far. Tech, nice. The thing is, Calvin, to be quite honest with you, is I absolutely love this. This is my life. You know, I do. BC's not going to be making it. He, I don't know, something might have happened. He couldn't make it. But back to what I was saying is, I don't mind spending the time in the preparation. That's part of the production. That's part of what people say, like, oh, his production value is good. Well, it's a lot of times in the preparation, right, where the production value is good. So being prepared is always increasing the production value. So the more that I put into the show on the back end will definitely make it better when it looks like a finished product to you guys. Now, one of the things is why we drag this out is because I like the interaction. I try to answer every comment. But in terms of preparation, Calvin, for each episode, I put hours into it each week, but it doesn't feel like it, man. I absolutely love this. I love it so much. All right, but going on to the next one, March 28th, on this day in history, 1977. The movie Rocky won the Best Picture at the Academy Awards. Yes, one of my favorite movies. Yeah, just absolutely love the Rocky franchise. I love Sylvester Stallone. He's my favorite actor, and hopefully one day I'll get a chance to work with him. So I'm 1 for 3. I worked with Jackie Chan. Now, if I could just work with Stallone and Schwarzenegger, I'll be, I'll be good. So, but yeah, on this day in history, he won the Academy Award. Well, the movie won Best Picture. And if you were just wondering, it beat out All the President's Men. It beat out Bound for Glory. It beat out Network, and it beat out Robert De Niro in the movie Taxi Driver. Taxi Driver. So anyway, that's what happened on this day in history. On this day in history, in 1990, U.S. President George H.W. Bush posthumously awards Jesse Owens the Congressional Gold Medal, and that is amazing. That is such an Jesse Owens. If you don't know, I'm not going to get into it. You should know who this athlete was. He was not only an athlete, but he was a symbol for a lot of people of change and what is right and what is wrong with not only just the United States, but just the world. And it continues to go on. So if you don't know, check it out. Check out Jesse Owens. Listen to this man's story. George Bush in 1990 gave him the gold medal of the Congressional Gold Medal. And unfortunately, he wasn't there to accept it, but it's still nice to receive that award, that medal for him and his family and for his legendary efforts and what he stood for when he was alive. So guys, that's this day in history. Yeah, thank you, Calvin. No problem, man. I thank you for your time, for allowing me to entertain you for an hour. And okay, we're gonna go an hour and 40 minutes. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's this day in history. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions or if you have anything that you want to go ahead and research, check it out. Hit me in the comments below. Be sure to go ahead and give me a like on this video. We are drinking Dale's Pale Ale. It is delicious. It is really good stuff. I'm enjoying it. It's really, really subtle. Almost tastes like flat beer. Hey, Rick Fontana, welcome to the show. All right, Jens, you have Facebook. Okay, Byron's looking to connect on Facebook. That's cool that you guys are all friends outside of here. Keep it that way. I think that grows us as people, It goes much more beyond just a YouTube channel and a beer show. This is something that grows us as people. We need this kind of connection, and if I'm able to provide it and able to entertain and be the center that brings us all together, I've done more than I've set out to do. right? It makes me so happy to know this. So thank you so much, guys. Appreciate the support. And we're going on to the next one. We're going to what are you reading? What are you watching? I am reading the same play as I was before. I kind of got caught up last week, and I wasn't able to do much other than work away and get some, work done, basically. So I'm still reading Hurly Burly again. It's the third time I've read this play. I love it. I hope that one day I can find a director and maybe put it up in one of these black box theaters here in Los Angeles. It's not a huge theater town. Wonder Strudel, thank you, bro. And, it's not a huge giant theater place like New York City, but they do have good theater, and it's a way to perform. So I hope one day I can meet someone that wants to go ahead and direct me or put up this play. I don't know the first thing about it, about putting up a play, but I love the play Hurly Burly. That's what I'm reading. I pretty much didn't read that much this week, so that's why I'm still on it. Moving on to what am I watching? I just watched Seas Piracy. Man, it was deep. I haven't seen that. I just started watching this documentary on Kurt Russell's father called Bing Russell, and it's about this Oregon startup independent baseball team. If you haven't seen it, it's like I forget what they call. I even forget the name of the title. Oh, shoot! I'm so sorry, guys. That's you're always gonna forget stuff. But I put it on late last night. I'm watching that alongside Longmire. What are you guys watching? What is Ravens? I don't know. I love Ravens. Is that a TV show, gents? What is Ravens? I don't know about one. But let me know down in the comments what you're watching, what you're reading. I'd love to hear from you. I always take suggestions and always check it out. A bird, bro. Yeah, definitely. Oh, you're talking about a bird. Ravens are badass. Guys, that's what I'm reading. That's what I'm watching. This is what I'm drinking. It is a Saranac, a Pale Ale. All right. Here's a delicious beer. I'm going to go ahead and swing this down. I'm going to give you a score, and I'm going to leave you with the quote of the week. Oh, Greg C., I love that. Dude, listen to AWA wrestling videos. Greg Z, that's a great call on YouTube. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. Finishing the Trailer Park Boys collection, swears from the Lisa Trailer Park Boys. Yes, you're just a kid from Kenmore. Don't worry. Thank you. I appreciate that, Tick. I appreciate that. And I don't want to see that one, Patrick, too hard. Okay. Trailer Park Boys, funny. All right, guys, moving on. I could read comments and talk to you guys. I can't wait to meet you guys. But let's go ahead and score the Pale Ale. Let's get right into it. The taste, I really enjoyed it. I thought it had a great red flavor, although I wasn't anticipating the ale to be like that. When I read into the ale, sometimes you feel like, well, it's going to be more like a dark ale, or it's going to be a deep red. It's got a nice hint of red ale. And I think that's where that little bit of malty, that little bit of sweetness comes from. I really enjoyed drinking this beer because it was very flat, okay? There wasn't a lot of carbonation going on to it, so it was more silky smooth than the IPA. It was delicious, and that's why I'm going to go ahead and give it a score of a 4.0. All right, now the Saranac. Now, this is also a cheaper beer. One bottle of this beer is $1.99. If you get in a six-pack, it can become even cheaper. So, not a bad price point. I think that you enjoy drinking a good beer at a good cost. I think it's a fair price. I think that, well, I didn't get a six-pack of it. I bought it as a single, so I think it's worth it. I definitely would go back to it, especially at that price point. I feel like you can drink a bunch of them. And so that's why I'm going to give it a score of a 3.5. Now, to get really high on that score, I'm talking about a bigger can, more volume, at a really cheap price. All right, moving on. What about Parks and Recreation? That's a funny one. That's a good one. Drum roll, please. I love it. All right, the design. Let's take a look at this bottle. All right, like Nate was saying, it's not the full can, but it's still, check that out, dude. That right there reminds me of, just New York State. Brother Steve. Let's draw Brother Steve, okay? Brother Steve and Katie. If you don't know, Brother Steve and Katie go to the Adirondacks 3-4 times a year, and they're always down there. They're always hanging out. They're always going to Katie's cabin. So I'm going to go ahead And I'm drawing Brother Steve right there on the bottle. Check it out, dude. There's Brother Steve. He is rowing through the lake right there with the mountains and the pine trees. I absolutely love Saranac. I think that deserves a score of a 4.0. Okay, the design is great. It's the beautiful state of New York, right? Okay, a rating of 4.0 should be called the Mustang. I like that, Rick. I like that. Cool can, yeah. I mean, it's pretty neat, right? It's pretty interesting. Cool label. Did not see that at first. Yeah, it doesn't look like much, but for me, being from Western New York and being around lakes and forests and stuff like that, it brings back a lot of good memories for me, and I like Saranac. All right, accessibility. I bought it here in California. It's all over New York State. You can get it anywhere in the United States. It's pretty much been around for about 30 years. It's ever since I was a young adult. I remember Saranac being accessible, being available to pretty much anybody in the microbrew section. So I think that's pretty accessible. As far as being accessible outside the United States, I don't think it's very accessible at all. I don't know if they import anywhere. I've never seen it anywhere else. So unfortunately, that is going to bring down the accessibility of it. And if you go to New York State or if you're in the United States, it still might be hard, but I'm still going to have to score a little bit low at 2.5. Now, let's go to the TMT factor. The factor is this. It's from New York State, okay? That alone is my home state, okay? Not bougie-ass, good documentary, nice. Not bougie-ass New York City, not gritty, hardcore New York City. I'm talking about the other part of New York that a lot of people don't hear about is the beautiful lakes, the great forests, the nice rolling hills and mountains that are, just lush with green, just beautiful, absolute scenery. Okay. Now, when I drink also Saranac, I think back to my early days of drinking at consumer beverages. And, at that time I was young and it was all about Labatt Blue and Molson and whatever. And so we didn't really venture into the Saranac. When you did, you were almost like I'm a little bit uppity, right? And like, this kind of person, but not really at all. It was just a really well-made beer, and it's been around for a while. So for me, Travel Man Dan Factor also brings back a lot of old memories and a lot of good memories, a lot of memories with BC and CC and my brother and Schwagler and Fair Muscat working at consumers. So I got to give Saranac a high score on the TMD factor, and that is a 4.5. So pretty dang good right there. Let me go ahead and tally this up, and I'll give you the score for the Saranac today. Not bad, not bad. It rallied hard. It suffered in the accessibility and the design. No, it suffered in the accessibility. Sorry, I dropped the cap. It suffered in the accessibility, and as most groups do, they're going to suffer in that category. But most nice. Okay, but it bounced back hard, and it scored an 18.5. Wow. Great score. Love the Saranac Pale Ale. Like Pale Ales in general. Okay, they're a little more flatter of the red beers. So an 18 for me, an 18.5 for the Pale Ale. For the little something, we got a 20. Ties the record. Ties Duckzilla. Okay, Nate gave it an 18, but really delicious beers. If you get a chance to try either one of these, I definitely recommend it. It scored over a 16. They didn't suck. Oh, this is my favorite documentary. What is this, Lisa? My own, but really good, delicious beers. If you get a chance to try those, and I definitely suggest it. And they give the TMD stamp of approval. Now, to close out the show, I'm going to give you the quote of the week, and this is a really good quote. It really struck me good, and kind of, I know that this year has been tough on a lot of people, financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually, however you want to word it, with whatever adjective you want. And the thing is it's not going to just all disappear and things are going to turn overnight. It takes a lot of hard work and effort internally through yourself to understand that, not things that happen to you, I think, physically, financially, spiritually, sometimes, are abruptly changed. Okay. And you have no control over them, accidents. But sometimes over time and over mental things, they can start to develop in your own mind. And this can definitely start to portray on you and your lifestyle, no matter what it is, especially financially. We all know in this current economic situation, whatever your money is like can really determine how you feel. But this is what I want you guys to understand this week, and this is why I think this is an important quote, and it's an important quote to think about when you're alone, when you're with people. I don't know, whenever you get time to think, just think about this because it's so true. And it was brought to us by an American author called Brad Metzler, and he said this. He said, "Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about." Okay, so be kind. Always be kind. And it's so true. It resonated with me because you think you know. You think you know why that person cut you off. You think you know why that person badmouthed you. Or you think you know why you are the victim this time. But you really don't know. Okay? You don't know what this person is going through. You don't know what this person is going through. You don't know what, maybe the people that are closest to you. You have no idea what they're really internally going through. So rather than writing them off and saying, yeah, that's what it is, okay, and maybe you badmouth them, or maybe you talk shit about them, or maybe you're not as nice to them as you'd like to be. You don't know what they're going through. So always be kind to them, and especially strangers, right? Sometimes you pass people and you're so quick to judge, and you're so quick to land on a statement in your heart of what you think that person is. But yeah, you don't know what they're going through. They could have suffered an enormous loss. They could have had an enormous tragedy. They could be just not coherent with life right now, okay? So being a sourpuss or being angry and mad and assuming things to them is not going to help the situation. So always be kind, right? And so I know it's a cliche thing and people always say it and stuff, but what does that really mean? And that's what this means, is always be kind, because you never really know what a person is going through. You just don't know. Unless they are really close to you, unless they really talk to you about it, unless they really develop and go through it with you, you probably just don't know. It's important to be a good person. Write them off after 10 years. That's a good one, Greg. Yeah, you probably know after that, or just not have a good day. Right. You just don't know what they're doing that day. So I understand, we're not going to get too philosophical about that, but it's an important quote, and I thought that would leave you guys with that. I think it's important to think about that, when you look at somebody, before you pass judgment or before you assume anything, that, just assume maybe the other thing, be kind to them. Because with that, what you could do is you could really turn things around for them. If you're just nice to somebody, you open the door and you greet them well, you help them and stuff like that, you might bring some type of optimism to their life. And when they needed it the most, here comes this kind person to help them out. I want you to think about it. I think that we had a great show today. We saw Nate eat some crickets. We drank some fun beers, had some delicious foods and drinks. Super cool word. Thank you, Jonatek. Thank you, Calvin. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one. I gotta agree. I used to aim him. He said, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, but maybe they don't understand. And we're not going to get into it anymore. I'm going to close out the show because I could go on and on. But I want you to think about that. We had a fun time. Guys, Lagunitas, a little something out, 20. Okay, who's going to beat the 20? Who's going to beat the 20? We had Saranac Powell registering at 18.5. So excited for that one. Thank you, Frank, for hopping on the show, guys. I can't say thank you enough. As we continue to grow, as we continue to get bigger and bigger, you guys have supported me from day one. And, family, friends, whatever. It really means everything to me. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rick. Have a great week. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Love you. Okay, great show. Thank you, freaking guys. Freak. Thank you. Thank you. Happy Sunday, everyone. Craig Z, Danny's number is still out there. Yes, I hope it is too. You can always listen. If you're ever at that point where you don't know where to go and you feel like, you need to call me or whatever, just shoot me a message. I'll always call you. I don't care if it's 3 a.m, man. If I'm around and I see it, I'm that kind of dude. I never put people off. I never screen people. I never just ignore people. I will always answer you and give you my time because maybe I'm that branching element to you. So please don't feel that way. I hope you guys have a great week as well. Whatever you do, I wish you the best in it. Yes, hugs to you, Lunatic. I'll be thinking of you when I read this book. Have a great week, guys. I'm Travel Man Dan. That was Nate over there, and either or not. And remember, it's a big world out there. Make sure you see every bit of it. Bye, guys. Bye-bye, everyone. See you next week. This is true, my bro. I love you, Lee. See you guys. Bye, everyone.